Which letter of the alphabet do you think makes for the best home floor plan? Today we're going to be testing out the letter E. You guys know the drill by now. I have all of my alphabet shells here on the lot. I've already done letters A to D, so check those videos out if you want to. Today we are getting started on the letter E. I'm pretty excited about this one, you guys, because this is the first letter of the alphabet where we finally don't have a weird shape or any curved walls. We basically just have 4 rectangles all combined together to make up this letter E, which basically means I have no excuse if this one turns out badly. As for the theme, this is the most divided the comment section has ever been on what we should do. There were a ton of people that wanted E for eco, but also a ton of people that were vouching for E for eclectic. Before reading any of the comments, E for eco in the back of my mind was what I thought I was gonna do, but I don't know what it is, but the people that wanted E for eclectic really won me over somehow. You guys were just so passionate about wanting E for eclectic, and yeah, I've been convinced. So I did some Pinterest research, and I also looked up the dictionary definition of the word eclectic, and it means deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. So basically what I'm gathering from this is I can mix together a bunch of different styles and colors, and I can do no wrong. With that being said, please let me know in the comments down below what theme I should do for the letter F in my next episode, but let's get started on the letter E. So as usual, I want to start off with floors. Now, in a lot of the Pinterest photos that I was looking at, a lot of eclectic builds had like this light colored wood floor. I like how this one from Cats and Dogs has a lot of different tones and textures in it. Now for walls, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is gonna be the toughest part. I'm just gonna put white on the walls for now and then add the colorful wallpaper as I go. So here's my idea for the simple floor plan. Down here will be the one and only bedroom. Over here is going to be the one and only bathroom. This will just be a general hallway and maybe the entrance to the home. This is going to be a flex room, either an art studio, or for those of you who voted eco, maybe this can be like a plant room of some sort. Down this hallway we'll have a dining room, a small kitchen in the corner, and an open concept living room. I have full confidence that this is the most efficient floor plan for the letter E, but let me know down below if you would have done anything differently. Let's get started with the living room because I think this room will be really fun. Now, first things first, I want to add some natural light into this room. Okay, I just went in with these cute windows from the Growing Together pack. I really like the pattern inside them. Now I want to choose a really eclectic couch because I feel like the couch is like the anchor of the living room, so it kind of sets the tone for everything. There are so many different options and directions I could go with this, you guys. This one's from the Decor to the Max kit. There's also this really interesting looking one from, I think that's from Movie Hangout. We can also go for one from Paranormal because I know from working on the Paranormal Stuff pack that the art direction was leaning towards eclectic decor. Okay, I have a mess of different couches laid out here. I'm gonna look through the swatches and see if there's one that really catches my attention. I think I'm gonna rule out the Decor to the Max one. It's too maximalist and less eclectic. I am really down for the Paranormal Stuff pack ones, and I think I'm gonna pass on this one from Movie Hangout for now, but I might revisit it later. Okay, what if I do this one couch here like that, and then I find some interesting looking armchairs? I'm gonna grab this one from the Paranormal Stuff pack. Obviously, it's from the same pack, so the tone of blue kind of matches, but the pattern is completely different, so it still looks mismatched. And then maybe I'll grab like an interesting pattern poof or something. I could also go for this interesting chair from the High School Year pack. I like how it adds some texture. Or I could just go for all 3. This is super out of my comfort zone, but I think this works. We have 3 different chairs, all with different patterns and textures, but we do have some cohesiveness with the color. For curtains, we could grab these ones from Movie Hangout stuff. They do slightly match the poof, so it doesn't look too like out of the ordinary. And I'm just holding down the Alt key to place them a little closer to exactly where I want them. There is a lot of pattern and a lot of color going on here, but I am going to trust the process. I think a fake fireplace is definitely needed here, so I'm going to grab this one from the free holiday pack. And instead of fire, I'm going to cover it up with plants. Okay, here is our plant fireplace. These 2 outside plants are from Base Game. These 2 outside plants are from the Blooming Rooms kit. This one's from Discovery University. This one is from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack. This one is from the Industrial Loft kit, and this one is from Eco Lifestyle. I do want to add a little end table here, especially since we probably don't have room for a full coffee table. I might want to go for something slightly more plain because everything else so far is really patterned and colorful. Maybe this metal one from the Growing Together expansion pack. I kind of imagine they found this at a thrift store or like at an estate sale or something. It doesn't exactly match, but I think that's kind of the point, right? And on top of it, I'm just gonna put this vintage speaker. We definitely need a rug in this room, and I'm really leaning towards either something vintage or woven. I tested a ton of rugs off camera, and I think this might be the one I'm gonna go with. It's from the Werewolves pack. It's a lighter pinky red swatch, and I was so close to going for a plain neutral rug, but I really think that the eclectic style doesn't care about clashing patterns and colors, and if I want to lean into this aesthetic, I do need to take some risks. But I hope you know it took literally everything in me to not put down a beige fluffy rug. Okay, so I added a couple plants here, and then I also added this pink wallpaper to the walls. It's from the Pastel Pop Kit. And then on the fireplace side, I just lined the back with some white base game brick. Now to finish off this room, I'm just gonna add like a gallery wall with paintings and pictures all around the fireplace. This one from Paranormal is pretty cool because it's already kind of in an L shape, and then we can add our own pictures to extend it a bit, just making it look like one seamless gallery wall trickling down. I especially love the asymmetry of this gallery wall. It feels very eclectic to me. Instead of an overhead light, I'm gonna grab this one that kind of curves over from Decor to the Max. I feel like I've used this in so many builds in this series already. It's so versatile. It works in so many different aesthetics. I am oddly tempted to go for this very pink swatch. I don't think I've used this pink swatch ever in my entire life, because I feel like the sim who lives here just gets their furniture from so many different random places, from garage sales, liquidation sales, free furniture that's put out in the alley, like Facebook Marketplace, literally everywhere. So they don't really care what color it is, they just grab it and make it work. Who am I? Honestly, I don't even know what has gotten into me with this room. Does this room look eclectic or does it just look random? I don't even know anymore. I just added this big stack of books from the Cats and Dogs pack, and there you have it. Here is our finished eclectic living room. You guys, this is the most out of my comfort zone living room I've ever done in my life. This is the most color I've ever seen in a single room in my entire life. I really hope you guys like it. You guys will have to let me know, but let's move on to the kitchen. Okay, so our kitchen is just gonna be in this little corner right next to the living room. Now, obviously, there's a lot of color going on in the living room, so we kind of have to feed off of that and continue that energy in the kitchen since it's all one space. I think the best way to express personality in a kitchen is with the backsplash. This blue one from Jungle Adventure kind of matches some of the blue tones we have in the living room, so maybe I'll try that. And I'll pair it with these Dream Home decorator counters that have kind of orangey wood. Okay, here's our basic kitchen shell. I just have all the counters and cabinets, and the appliances are from Dream Home Decorator. Now, I do want to show you guys what I did here with these full-length windows. So basically, I brought the Jungle Adventure backsplash over to this wall, but I wanted to minimize the dramatic change in wallpaper because, as you can see, it changes from paint to tile. So I just grabbed these full-length Eco Lifestyle windows, and I just put it right up against where the wallpaper changes. You can see there's a little bit of trim that's visible at the bottom, but it's not really a big deal. That way you get some natural light in the kitchen, it divides up the space, and you can't see the dramatic wallpaper change. I just went in with some finishing touches like this runner rug and these two clutter pieces from the base game, and this cutting board and knife rack from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack. So there we have it. Here is our tiny, simple, eclectic kitchen. I imagine that the person who lives here is renting, and the cabinets come as they are, so you can't really do anything about them, but they got this cool peel and stick tile from Amazon to do a little DIY backsplash project that's renter friendly but adds more pizzazz to their kitchen. Now that's all done, let's move quickly on to the dining room. Here is our little spot for the dining room. It is super tiny, so we're definitely going to be going for probably a round 4-seater dining table. This one from the Paranormal pack is really small and has like an interesting looking tablecloth, which might work. This yellow swatch could do the trick. It's quite cute. Now for chairs, why don't I grab the Paranormal chairs as well? It could be kind of fun and eclectic to either get mismatched chairs or just get like chairs of different colors like this. I'm imagining that the person could only find the chairs in sets of 2 and couldn't find like 4 matching ones. So they're just kind of like, yeah, this is good enough. Now for rug, let's get this woven one in this interesting shape. I think I'll use the left square bracket key to size it down once as well. You know what, that's actually really cute, and I kind of like how we matched all of the different colors to the colors on the tablecloth. And we'll finish it off with this tiny little table lily plant from Dine Out. I just added this plant overhead light from the Blooming Rooms kit, which I hope satisfies some of you guys who wanted this house to be eco-themed. And now I'm just going to add one last thing to the wall here before we move on. Okay, I found this corrugated glass tapestry from the Eco Lifestyle pack, and it came in this like really bright and fun orange, pink, and yellow swatch, which I thought tied in with the dining room pretty nicely, and I think it adds a really interesting contemporary touch to this house. Eclectic decor is supposed to be derived from a variety of different aesthetics, so we needed something ultra modern in here too. But here is our finished eclectic dining room slash hallway, and even though it's super colorful, it still feels oddly cohesive, so I kind of like it. Let's move on. I'm gonna take a quick detour just to add a front door and all of that stuff. Here's our super simple entranceway. I just added this stand-up mirror from Jungle Adventure in this fun blue color, added some plants, and you will also notice that the doors are mismatched. I have some that are wooden and some that are this blue color. I did that intentionally because I feel like it's more eclectic to have mismatched doors and knobs and stuff like that. Now let's quickly get this bathroom done. I'm really not sure what an eclectic bathroom looks like, so I'm just gonna go for something with some color. Here's what we have for the bathroom so far. I have this new shower tub combo from the Groin Together pack, this basic tiny living toilet, and this cool, like almost vintage looking sink vanity from the High School Years expansion pack. And I tied it all together with this eclectic mirror from the movie Hangout stuff. Now there isn't really a ton I can do to make a bathroom eclectic, but I thought that one area where I could add a lot of personality is with the overhead lighting. And I think I might go for these mason jar looking ones from the Parenthood pack. They're kind of like interesting and quirky looking, which probably fits the vibe. So yeah, this is about as eclectic the bathroom is gonna get. The shower looks new and modern, but the sink looks pretty old and vintage, and we do have some other kind of quirky touches around the bathroom. So yeah, it's pretty eclectic. What do you guys think? Let's move on to the bedroom now. Okay, I think this is probably the largest bedroom we've worked with so far. Most of our bedrooms have been tiny, but this one, we have a fair amount of space, so I hope I can do something half decent in this room. Now, I wish I had some help here, but what does an eclectic bed look like? I really don't know. I'm tempted to go with this base game rustic dream bed. It has like this interesting like Van Gogh Starry Night print on the comforter, which feels pretty eclectic to me. For the end table, I want to go for this tiled one from the Pastel Pop kit. These were super trendy a few years ago, so I feel like the person who lives here would definitely have DIY'd this. Okay, to be honest, I'm not loving the bed, you guys, so I might swap it out just for this Seasons one. So my rationale for using the Seasons one is the headboard is pretty like non-existent and plain, and I'm thinking that this sim is on the hunt for the perfect headboard. They've been browsing Facebook Marketplace and Etsy and everything, just waiting to find their perfect unique headboard, but just nothing's caught their attention yet. So in the meantime, they just have this plain one and they'll be upgrading it eventually. That does feel super realistic to me because when you have an overly curated home like this, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes like a long time to get it to this level. I've been living in my IRL apartment for over a year and I'm still not done furnishing it. I put down this cluster of rugs from the Laundry Day pack. I'm gonna see if those are gonna work. They are kind of neutral, but that's because I'm thinking of doing something pretty bold on the walls. I don't know if this is a crazy idea or not, but what if I go for a full-on plant motif wallpaper all around this room? I know so many of you guys wanted an eco-themed home, so I'm trying to incorporate plants as much as I can. It's not the worst thing in the world once I added a bunch of windows and brought in some natural light, but I think I'm second-guessing the rug now. This city living rug adds a nice happy pop of color, so I think we'll go with that one. I went with these beige kind of boho curtains from the High School Years pack, and I also found this super cute dresser from the movie Hangout stuff pack. It looks like vintage or secondhand or something, but it definitely has a lot of eclectic personality, and I just know that the sim fell in love with this dresser the second they saw it. I really hope I'm not mixing like too many styles in this room, but I feel like that's exactly what eclectic is supposed to be. So my internal gauge is kind of like, if I feel uncomfortable, I'm probably on the right track. Okay, to tie in this old looking dresser, I'm actually gonna grab this vintage mirror from the Basement Treasures kit. It's the perfect piece to bridge the old and the new in this room, and the brown also matches perfectly. I seriously need a bookshelf somewhere in this home, so I think I'm gonna put it just on this blank wall here. This all white base game one looks pretty cute, and I like how it also has like a bunch of knickknacks displayed as well. I just cluttered up the end table here, and then I think to finish off this room, I want to add one last gallery wall. I absolutely love this gallery wall from the Dine Out pack. It has like all these photos, and come to think of it, maybe a lot of the furniture pieces that they have in this home were accumulated during their travels. I just added a bunch of plants to this room. These ones are all from the base game, and that concludes our eclectic planty themed bedroom. It is very green and has a lot of different styles and furniture pieces which were sourced from various places, from DIY to secondhand vintage shops, which I think is exactly what eclectic is all about. So yeah, I hope you guys like this room. I really tried hard to make the color scheme in here different from the outside so that each room feels unique. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this bedroom. Let's move on to the final room of this home. Okay, so this final room is really skinny and it is kind of a flex room. We could really make it anything, but I think it would be fun to make this into an eco art studio. So I'm gonna put an easel as well as some gardening stuff and some plants. First things first, let's take these windows we used earlier and line all of the walls to kind of make it look like a greenhouse. I'll grab this easel and place it in the corner here. Because this space is small, it probably makes the most sense to do these vertical garden planter things. Now I just need to fit as many plants as I possibly can into this room. So I grabbed all the plants I could possibly find and put them in the corner and lined them down the wall. Now I'm gonna grab this newspaper stack and just put it underneath the easel so the sim doesn't get paint like all over the floor. And that's all we can really fit in this eco art studio. There wasn't really much I could do color scheme wise to make this eclectic. However, I do feel like the concept of this room in and of itself is pretty eclectic. So yeah, I hope that the sim enjoys painting and planting at the same time. Well, there you have it, you guys. This concludes our eclectic home in the letter E. Never in a million years did I imagine that I would be doing an eclectic home as colorful as this, let alone one in the letter E shape. So I'm really proud of how it turned out. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that I'm not as afraid of color as I used to be. I think by far my favorite room has to be this cozy, cluttered living room. I just think that this really set the tone for the build and is a standout for me. So I hope you guys like it and let me know what your favorite room in this build is. I also don't claim to be an eclectic expert. Like I said, this is basically like the first time I've ever done an eclectic build before. So let me know if there are any areas I did well in and if there are any areas where I didn't quite get the vibe right. As usual, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this. I'm definitely going to keep on doing this series so long as you guys are still enjoying it and still liking it. A huge thank you to all of you guys who support this series and have commented amazing ideas on what I should do for each letter. I literally cannot wait to read the comments on what you guys think I should do for the letter F. So please don't forget to comment those ideas down below and also thumbs up the ideas that you guys agree with too, because I take that into consideration. I'll see you guys in the next episode and I hope you have an amazing week. Love you!